Hello, my friends. This is Andy. I should actually say this is Andy over at the today's CBD oil show, but that's hard to say. And besides, I'm coming to you from my personal page. And today, actually the last few days, suddenly I've been getting so many messages because not only have I been telling people about CBD oil on my personal page, but also in Falco Canine Academy because I've seen so many testimonials from people in regard to how CBD oil has been helping their pets. I had a lady on yesterday who talked about her dog struggling to walk, and she gave the dog the CBD oil. And after just a few days, the dog started walking around, she said, like a puppy, and was able to go on long walks with the dog. What I'm going to start off with, because I want to make sure that this is clear. I don't want my Facebook page to get shut down or anything like that, because I guess this is important to read. But this is the disclaimer that is important. And I'm learning about this because I've heard of people just simply putting CBD oil ads on their page and getting them shut down. So this disclaimer is this: these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The Food and Drug Administration, FDA, considers non-THC based hemp products to be food-based and therefore legal without a medical marijuana license. So we're going to be talking about that kind of stuff in just a few minutes, about some of the misconceptions. Hey, Carmen, it's my sister from another mister. And Matthew says he can see and hear me. That is good, because I am talking. Thank you for telling me that, because sometimes I just start talking and I don't even know if anybody can hear me or see me. So that is all good. So we're going to talk about some of the things that I've been asked about. And suddenly, again, I think I'm not sure which page I mentioned this on, but one thing we teach in our marketing circle that I'm a part of down there in San Diego with a bunch of very, very smart people. It's a place where I like to say I'm the dumbest person in the room. And I know somebody's going to give me a smart aleck remark, because I can say you're always the dumbest person in the room. It's possible, but I know for sure that I like that, because I'm always there to learn something new. I can always learn from somebody. You never want to be the smartest person in the room unless you're making money by being there. Hey, Ma, how are you? Nice to see you. And so we're going to dispel some of the things that have occurred, and I'll tell you some stories about how some of them came up. Some of them come up in private messages. Some of them come up from people. Like I talked to some people at church today. Hey, I've been seeing you talk about the CBD oil stuff. As a matter of fact, I tried it, and it should be arriving at my house any day. And because of your Facebook Live, I'm going to give it a shot. And I go, I'm so thankful. I said, I don't know if it's going to help you. I don't know for sure, but I know that it's helping a lot of people, and I know for sure that it's helped me. And that's one thing I can tell people for sure, that I know for sure what it's done for me, and I'm praying and hoping that it'll have the same effect on your life when you decide to give it a shot. And so that's why I do this. And I'm going to go deeper into that too. So stick around. I'm going to try not to take your whole Sunday. I know that your Sunday is important to you, but if you're watching this in the replay, I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. That way, you guys can watch it. I know I like to go on and on and on. If you want to know where to get it, it's at HempWorks. And I'm going to put, it's in the description, but I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste the URL where you can buy the CBD oil that I'm talking about. Oh, and of course, darn it, for some reason. Well, Matthew, I already need your help. Matthew, when it's for some reason, be live every so often. I can't put comments. It just takes away that ability to do that. So now all the links that I have in my agenda, I am not going to be able to paste. So Ma wants to know if we're going to be doing the Orange County Pet Expo next week. Yes, we will be there for the Orange County Pet Expo. I won't be there every day like I normally am. I have the team that I've trained, and they're doing fantastic. They are taking over, and I'm happy that I have other people that are going to be there and doing the shows for me and doing other stuff. But our booth will be there. There may not be anybody there to answer questions about CBD oil, but I'm going to make an appearance. I'm not sure what day I'm going to be there yet, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but I'll be there one of the days just to hang out and see how everybody's doing. So yes. So back to what I was saying in regard to the questions I've been getting, people that I've been meeting in church, and what my hope is for you. And so let me go ahead and just get started right into this thing. And of course, the most common question is CBD oil legal? Yes. Ours is, I know that for sure. HempWorks CBD oil that I'm using is legal in 50 states and other countries around the world. And so, yes, it is legal. I had a friend contact me in a private message and say, you know, I really, he didn't say it in these words, but essentially what he was saying is that, you know, I don't like that you're talking about this marijuana on your Facebook lives, and I'm concerned. And especially since people know me, and if they know me, they probably know him. He thinks I'm turned into a drug dealer. No, it is legal, and it is nothing different. If I were to come on and say, you know, vitamin C is one of the greatest things that you can use, takes me to hempstore.com. Really? It's copied directly off hempworks.com//today's CBD oil. Not sure why that's happening. And Matthew, again, can you check that to make sure? Thank you for putting it on there. That shouldn't be taking you there, but thank you very much, Vic. Vic is a police. Should I say that? Vic, I know from law enforcement. He and I were canine handlers together. I'm sorry if I gave you up there, Vic. I should ask before giving people up that they, you know, that kind of stuff. It is legal. It is legal. It is legal. I'm not like, again, what I was going to say is that if I say vitamin C is the greatest thing, nobody, hey, put that on my Facebook page or share it with me, and I'm going to put my arm around you because you're talking about vitamin C. It is the same thing. It is an oil that has some very great aspects to it that help you in so many ways. And I'm going to read a little something from a book here that I have that talks about how it works in the human body. But just know that there's something. The CBD oil, the cannabis oil in it is what is going into your body and doing some miraculous things. At least that's what I've been told. That's what it's been doing for me. And I'm hoping it's going to do the same thing for you. All right. And so it is legal. I don't know how to say it any other way. It is just simply legal. It is 0.3% THC, which is below the legal limit. And very soon, what I'm hearing is that it's going to be THC free. Which doesn't make it any less effective because there's THC in it, or the type that you had taken in the past or hear other people taking because of the THC that's in it may be specific to what it is that they need. But as far as I know, and as far as I can tell, the THC in it has nothing to do with whether it works for you or not. That is not one of the deciding factors, unless there's some other reason why you need the THC. For something else. All right. So for the things that I'm taking it for, no, the THC is not an issue. And when it works now, I must have typed it wrong. Oh, good. We scared me. Throw me under the bus. Sorry about that, Vic. Vic was one of my most favorite canine handlers that I had the good fortune to train him and his dog when I was with Anaheim Police Department. And we had a blast. There was nothing better than being in the canine unit. And I wish I would have had CBD oil for my dog because he went downhill very quickly with spondylosis. And if it would have helped, I would have been so grateful because he just went downhill very, very fast. Hey, Sanchez, Aaron, nice to see you. And so, yeah, I burned him off. I'm so sorry about that. All right. So legal. Did I cover that? Did I mention that it's legal? It is legal. All right. Does CBD oil get you high? Yes, no, it does not. But that is one of the questions. Yes, that is one of the questions I get quite often is that, oh my God, I'm not going to take this because I don't want to get high. I want to be able to drive. I have children, all this kind of stuff. It doesn't get you high. There's no aspect of it that gets you high. All right. You're taking it as you would a vitamin or a supplement or something like that. That is meant to assist you and help you. It is not for getting you high. There's a great video that, oh my gosh, last name is Stanley. What's his name? Chad Stanley. It's one of the Stanley brothers who created Charlotte's Web, which is a great TED Talk. And I will try to put the link in there at some point. It's a good TED Talk. It's Charlotte's Web is the name they gave their CBD oil THC concoction that they were giving some children. And so it's a great TED Talk. And what they originally called it was the junkie's disappointment. And because it didn't get you high. And so that because of the low amount of THC, if not zero THC in some of the stuff, that it's not meant for that. That's not what you take it for. You take it for the benefits it is to your health, not to get you high. And so, yes, zero psychoactive, 0 psychoactive. It's my good friend Matthew says right here. All right. So no, it does not get you high. I get that question all the time. That may be one of the most common questions after, is it legal? Yes. So yeah, what I have written here, I put in my notes here. No, HempWorks products uses a full spectrum CBD oil formulated with hemp seed oil. Cannabis oil is the main active ingredient in hemp, and unlike THC, is not psychoactive. So it does not make you high. All right. It does not make you high. One more time. It does not make you high. All right. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. The next question, I must not be able to give it to my kids. Nope, that's not true. You can't, because it is legal, and it has a very little trace amount of THC, which is below the legal amount, so that it can be legal. And again, if you're worried about it, then wait a month and you'll have the type that has no THC at all. So if you're worried about it, you shouldn't be, based on everything that I've read and looked into. I'm giving it to my 10-year-old daughter, started last night, because she has horrible allergies. Many of you know that I'm a dog trainer. I've been training dogs for 30 years, and she is allergic to dogs, believe it or not. She's allergic to dogs, horses, cats, mice, rats, hamsters. They all cause her breathing difficulties, and she can have an asthma attack. And so she's been getting shots. I saw a testimonial on there's a testimonial group where everybody kind of lays out all the benefits that CBD oil is giving to them and their family members. And the exact same thing. My daughter has animal and grass allergies. A woman talked about how it simply took all of her symptoms related to allergies away. And so I cannot wait to see if it has the same result for Vivi Ray. By the way, we're going to have a show today. We have a cooking show called Constance Cooking. We'll be doing live in the Constance Cooking Facebook page later on this evening. The hippies' disappointment. What did I say? The junkies' disappointment. The hippies' disappointment. I know. I should have written it down. I thought about it at the last minute. Josh Stanley. Yes. But yeah, TED Talk. Yeah, it's called the hippies' disappointment because it doesn't get you high. And secondly, it's safe to give the kids. Now you can. It is legal, and it has only 0.3%. 0.3%. If I said 3% before, I meant 0.3%, which is even way smaller. All right, which is safe for children. I would say it is safer to give it to your kids than any other pharmaceutical. All right, I would say that. All right, the FDA didn't say that. A doctor didn't say that. I'm telling you, I believe that it's safer than pharmaceuticals. All right, let's go to the next one. You are only selling this because you want to make money. No, that is not why. I gave this example yesterday at the Falco Canine Academy Facebook page. And if I was walking down the street and saw somebody walking down with this pain in their shoulder and walking very slowly and was uncomfortable, and I had a solution in my pocket or in my hand or in a bag that could help them, right? And let's say they're really good friends of mine. And I said, hi, and I had the solution to their pain, to their high blood pressure, to their anxiety. I had the solution. All right, let's just say that I did. And I had it in this bag. And I looked at them and I said, hi. And I just kept on walking. And if you found out later, hey, he had the solution for all my pain, had the solution for my high blood pressure. That guy had the solution for these things, this anxiety that's so painful. I've suffered from anxiety for a very long time. I've gone over the stories in the Facebook Live, so I'm not going to do it. But it's just one of those things that has kind of stuck with me, that it's been difficult for me to get through. And the CBD oil has seemed to, at this point, erased it from my psyche for the time being. I don't know if it's going to stay away or not, but I'm telling you, I have not had an episode in 4 weeks, which is not normal. Usually it's once or twice a week. I'll get anxious. I've even driven myself to Kaiser just to say, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to die. And they take my blood pressure and they say, your blood pressure is high, but everything seems to be normal. And they put me on the treadmill, do all that kind of stuff. All right. That's how bad it can get. All right. But if I had that solution in that bag and I could have given it to you and walked away, you would be so upset. You'd be so pissed at me. Right. If I had it and didn't tell you about it, you'd be mad. Right. And so that's one of the things that I think is important for you to understand, that I believe, based on what it's doing for me, that if I don't share this with you, all of my friends, is Facebook not supposed to be for friends, regardless of what the Senate and the Congress, their information of what they knew nothing about Facebook. But really, Facebook is for community, for building relationships, for actually bringing back some relationships. I've been able to contact one of my very first girlfriends. She's married. She's living in France and doing very well, and is able to, and I'm able to talk to her husband, and we're able to talk about and reconnect and talk about the things that have happened to us. There's so many people that I've been able to reconnect with. My very first girlfriend in second grade, I reconnected with her. I don't know if necessarily it might have been mostly off of Facebook, but all these people, right? And so now you have all these friends, these people that were in your life are now back in your life. And if I had something that could help many of you and didn't share with you, you would be upset that I had it and said, yeah, Andy, you've had this thing, that could have helped me. Why didn't you share it with me? You would be very upset. What kind of friend are you? And so this is the reason why I've decided now to be a part of HempWorks, because I really do think they're one of the best companies. They're giving me training and understanding. I'm able to talk to Matthew about it. He's able to share with me some of the benefits. And in the process, yes, I can make a little extra cash on the side that can, take my kids to Disneyland, take my kids to San Diego, and make my life a little bit easier is a great side benefit. What did I do this? Did I share it with you before all of this happened? Yes, I was sharing with you before that. But now I'm thinking, wow, here's an opportunity for me to get training. Here's an opportunity for me to get a handbook that tells me all about it and shows me the great things that are all about it. I can then get people like let me just pick a name here, like Vic Steele or Marjorie, I can't say the name, Carmen Jimenez, let's say, and say, you know what, you could do it too. All right. Because it's an MLM, you could join too. And together we can change people's lives. And at the same time, we can actually make a living. There's nothing wrong with sharing information. I'm giving this away for free, right? I'm doing this for free. I'm giving it to you. You can decide to go use some other CBD oil. I don't care. I just want you to try CBD oil because I think it will help you. If you try mine, will I get a little cash back or make some money? It's like training dogs, right? I have the skill, the training, the experience, the expertise to change people's lives with their dogs. All right. Hopefully Vic Steele can agree to that and say yes. Maybe Carmen Jimenez has heard me enough talking about and perhaps something I've given her in relationship to dogs has helped her. Maybe some of the things that I've talked about, perhaps. And so I have that information, right? And I'm giving it to you. And I'm also making money. And as a matter of fact, I make all my money from training dogs, right? Everything that I do in regard to consulting and teaching and training other trainers is what I do for a living. And I make money at it. I'm able to afford all the stuff, a roof over my head in Brea, California, which is in Orange County, California. I have a nice white big truck, right? All of that is from my expertise and knowledge that I'm sharing with you and making a living from it. This is exactly the same thing that I think that what I have found, what I have discovered, thanks to people like Matthew Adams, who actually convinced me through just being patient with me and giving me information, feeding me the right information, feeding me the right YouTube videos to go to. Because he did that for me, I am now doing the same thing. I'm sharing with you, giving you the information and sharing with you what I know for me to be true. This is what it has done. And I've shown you my medical records. I've shown you the difference it's made in my life. And that is why I'm doing this. So is that not Andy is an extraordinary dog trainer. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That was much more than I was hoping for. I just want you to say yes, but thank you so much. But it's the same thing, right? If your dog is jumping on you and eating your children, and I know how to fix that, right? And I go, well, good luck. And I walked out, and you'd be the same thing, right? You go, hey, you know how to keep my dog from eating my children, don't you? Yeah. Well, why aren't you showing me how to do that? I'll pay you, right? People said, I will pay you to help me get my dog to stop eating my children. Okay, I'll take a check and I'll start helping you. It is the very same thing. And so I don't see any difference in doing it. I think that the training I'm getting, the information that I'm getting so that I can share it with you, and then I can see the testimonials now because now I'm a member of other private groups, that it is the very same thing. If I did not give it to you and you knew that I had it and it could save you from only sleeping 2 to 3 hours a night, and you finally could get sleep where you're sleeping like me now, 6 to 8 hours a night. And if you do wake up in the middle of the night, you're able to go back to sleep. If that is you, where you only sleep 2 or 3 hours a night, and I did not give you the information, again, you would be upset. And I'm giving it to you because I'm telling you the sleep that I'm getting now is by far, just that alone, I would be on here giving you the same Facebook lives because that sleep has changed my life. It has made me so much a better person, clear-headed, being able to talk, being able to communicate with my children, and they are able to do things now, make mistakes and errors, and do stuff that just would normally make me really mad. And now I'm clear-headed enough to not get mad. And now I'm not telling you that I used to beat my children. I'm telling you that you all had kids, right? Where that moment you're like, gosh, I want to destroy you. And now it's more like, come on. We can do better than that. Let's figure out how we can do better than that. And it's a way different, right? I've had kids, my kids, I shared this the other day, drop something and go, oh, he's going to get pissed. And they go, hey. I go, hey, let's pick that up. Let's figure out how we can do better. And it's a completely different approach, and it's changed our lives entirely. Carmen Jimenez, yes, you have. I will be ordering this week. Nice. And thank you very much. All right. So I went on that tangent for a very long time, but that's one of the things I've been getting, right? People have been coming, you're just selling that stuff now. That's just like an Amway thing or a Kirby vacuum cleaner thing. No, those things, I don't know whether they work or not. And I years ago, I did involve myself with the Kirby vacuum cleaner, but that's not it. I'm convinced that because of what it's doing for me, that I have to share it with you and give you the information. All right. So, oh, here we go. Does it work for dogs? Yes, I already said this, and I'm just going to reinforce it. That yes, it works for dogs too. I don't know about cats. I haven't read anything about cats yet. I haven't read anything about hamsters or guinea pigs or anything like that. I do know for sure that I've seen some great testimonials, some great pictures, some great videos of dogs being able to walk now who are struggling to walk before. And I already took it down, or else I'd show you that video because it actually is pretty cool. I have a video. If you go to Falco Canine Academy Facebook page and watch and just kind of scrub through the video to the point where I start talking about this dog that you see video of the dog barely being able to get up and walk. It's a bulldog, and it's barely able to walk, and it's struggling. And then she administers CBD oil to the dog, gives it to the dog in the mouth, and then a couple of videos later, the dog is seen running down the stairs, bouncing down the stairs. Are you kidding me? And some great stuff. It is amazing, totally amazing what it can do for dogs in relationship to, at least what I've seen it do for dogs in relationship to helping them through their pain. It's the inflammation that it really does seem to help with is what the thought is. And then the anxiety levels and the skin problems. I've seen pictures of bad, horrible skin relieved where the fur starts growing back and looks normal again. And so those are some of the greatest testimonials. All right. Next, what is the dosage and how do you take it? All right. So the dosage is a funny thing. I have been referring to Matthew in many cases in regard to dosage, but what I started with is right here, 750. There's 500 and 750. I went high because I had so many issues. I have cancer that many of you know, and I'm hoping to see how it has an effect on that. All right. Based on everything it's done up to this point, I would love for it to fix the cancer and get rid of it and reduce it down without having to go through all the other stuff to do it. That would be great. All right. I know that that's asking for a lot for something like this to help, but if it does, even though I've seen testimonials that it has, right, I'm still a little bit of old Andy who is completely skeptical, right? And so that still is in there. But I know for sure the blood pressure, the anxiety, and the pain that has been in my shoulder and neck for many, many years is virtually gone. All right. But I use the 750. Some people take the 500. And I was taking 10 drops in the morning, 10 drops in the evening. And simply all you do is you take the eyedropper, you pull it up, and about halfway is the 10, and you just squirt it underneath your tongue, and you just kind of let it sit there. I do it after I brush my teeth because you don't want to do it and then brush your teeth and then spit out all the stuff that's in your mouth. Don't do that. Brush your teeth first, get them nice and clean, rinse out, then take your CBD oil and administer it that way. 10 drops in the morning, 10 drops in the evening is what I took. I'm now down to 5 drops in the morning and 5 drops in the evening. And that's what I'm using. I have my 10-year-old daughter, Vivi Ray, right over here, who just walked up. You probably could have brushed your hair before you came on camera. Wait, you're below the lower third there. And we started her on 5 drops yesterday. I ordered a bottle of 500 for her because she's so skinny and way smaller than I am. And so we're going to be going down to the 500. But again, we're hoping that it's going to help her with her allergies. Really important. How was your sleep last night? You slept so good. She wanted to wake up at 5 o'clock this morning. She didn't wake up at 5 o'clock this morning. She slept in a little bit. I think it was like 7 that you woke up. Maybe 6:37. Hey, don't mess with it. You're scaring me. All right, look at the camera and say hi.
Hi.
Say, watch Constance cooking later on today.
Yeah.
All right, out of here. All right, give it out of here. All right, I gave it. Oh, here's one. Here's a good one. Get out of here. All right, we have one from Ma. She says, wait. No. Don't mess with my broadcast. I gave it to my cats after a few times they ran when they saw me get the bottle, which wasn't long. So I stopped giving it to them. Wasn't on it long enough for me to tell the difference. I'd like to end their anxiety. Yeah, that'd be so interesting how it would be, how well it would affect cats. Because I would like to know that they're just a different animal, and of course, and so that would be really interesting to see what would happen with the cats. I wonder why they didn't. I wonder what it was about the taste. I wonder if there's something if you just simply put it in their food, right? Put a couple drops in their wet food, if that wouldn't be good enough. I don't know. It might be worth a shot to see if that's something that they would go for. All right. What doses? How do you take it? 10 drops underneath the tongue. And and also I don't do anything. I don't like drink my coffee or anything. I give it about 15 minutes to kind of just absorb into my system through being administered underneath the tongue, and then getting in there. And then once that happens, then I eat. I think some people say a half hour to an hour after taking it, but that's my routine. And for me, again, it seems to be working. So I don't know that they should need to do any other way. All right. Matthew Adams, because I'm coming to the end. Those are my frequently asked questions that I've gotten lately. I wasn't able to think of any others that I've gotten. Some questions have to do with, joining as a distributor and being, a person who sells it to their friends and family and that kind of stuff. That's not what this message is for. I know that you definitely want to be on auto ship because the one thing you don't want, and I'm horrible at this, right? When I on my pharmaceuticals that I get from Kaiser, I always run out. Oh, I'm horrible, right? I always get down to that last one and go, how did I not see that I was down to my last one? And then I would have to go 2 or 3 days without it until I go to the pharmacy and then get some more. So with auto ship in HempWorks, it'll just automatically ship you the next batch so that you don't run out. And one thing you don't want to do is run out, because it just simply you go back to where you were before, the same blood pressure levels or the anxiety or whatever it is that you had prior to taking CBD oil. It'll just simply come back. It's nothing bad will happen to you. I mean, that's bad, right? Going back to how you were, it'd be bad for me to go back to having high blood pressure. It'd be bad for me to having the anxiety attacks. It'd be bad for me to have that pain back in my neck and shoulder, and then going back to not sleeping. That would all be bad, but nothing out of the ordinary or out of the norm is going to happen to you if you run out. But you don't want to run out. So after you order and you see that it's benefiting you, or at the time you're ordering, just put it on auto ship. You could always cancel it and turn off auto ship if it's not working. But I would suggest that you not forget to hit auto ship so that it comes out, because once it starts working, you're going to want to make sure that you don't run out again. Cats are not too keen on peppermint. They do not like it. I'll try that. Just afraid they may smell it on the food and not eat. Yeah, cats are so funny. Dogs will never starve themselves, right? They may not eat for a day, but they'll eat the next day or a couple of days later. It is very rare that a dog will starve themselves, but a cat, those darn cats, they will. If they don't like the food, they just simply won't eat. But cat, at some point you think the cat would start eating. No, they'll starve themselves. So yeah, you're right. So that is some concern. So yeah, I'm just not a cat guy. So I'm not sure. I had a cat for a very short period of time, and of course it ran away, and now we can't find it. We've been looking for the cat for a while, and it simply is gone. So do you need to take CBD oil the rest of your life like a multivitamin? That is a good question. I've not seen anything. Matthew, that's a good question for you. I don't know. I'm not sure how some of the things like the anxiety and the other emotional things that it seems to help with. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to play one anywhere. But I'm wondering how much of it, if you go long enough where you don't have it any longer and it begins to be taken out of your psyche and your go-to place. Like some people just simply go to fear. Some people just simply go to thinking they're not worthy and the lies that they've been telling themselves for many, many years. And some of that, I believe, in what I've read, is a habit. And it's something that you just constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not, worthy of making money. I'm not worthy of having success. Those are things that we've been told either as children from our dad or, whatever other thing that you've gone through that simply can become part of your daily life, part of your habitual life. And I'm wondering that if over time CBD oil would help you with that at some point you may be able to wean yourself off if you want to. I don't see any reason to, because the benefits are not just anxiety. But I'd be interested to know if there's anybody that, waited a year perhaps or 2 years and then slowly went from whatever it was they're taking, 10 drops to 5 drops to 2 drops, would not be able to bring that down to 0 and then see. Right. Again, what I fear is that you'll go all the way back to where you were before, and you'll go, oh, dang it, and then you're back to taking the drops. But the good news is, by taking it, again, it's like any other supplement that helps you, that you just make that a part of your daily life, right? And so good eating habits, good supplements that you take. This would be one of those good supplements that I would say that you would maybe want to continue taking and really not necessarily want to wean yourself off of, because it does so many beneficial things to your body. I told you I was going to read something about how does CBD work in the human body. And what it says here in the book is CBD, or cannabis oil, is the main active compound in hemp. And unlike THC, it is not psychoactive. So it doesn't make people high. Instead, it triggers the body's endocannabinoid system. Who knew the body had an endocannabinoid system? I didn't know that until now. Well, not until now, until I read this book. System, which features receptors throughout the brain and body. So there's a little thing here that shows you how it affects it. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of acupressure, right? Have you ever pushed on something, or you had an itch and you itched here and then you felt it in your leg or something like that, and how your body is interconnected through all these systems? That it seems to me that the cannabinoid system, what do they call it? The endocannabinoid system has a bunch of things interconnected and all kind of feed off of one another, and at different times get information and things that they share and that kind of stuff. And so my thought is the CBD oil or the cannabis oil gets in there and kind of balances all those things out and kind of regulates them and kind of helps. That's my thought. That's how I have it in my head, and how I'm suggesting it to you, that somehow it kind of brings balance to that system and makes it a lot more effective and makes it run a little bit better, and helps with inflammation, helps with anxiety, and helps all the things, because you see here on this graphic that they put here is that's why it helps so many different things, that it just doesn't help one thing. Like it just doesn't help your big toe, right? Or it just doesn't help with high blood pressure. That since these things are kind of interconnected, that it helps each one of individually, each one of these things, because of the interconnection of the endocannabinoid system. Carmen, the 500 milligrams is okay, just less drops. All right, good. Becoming a rep with the company is only $20. Oh, that's a good question. So how much does it cost to become a rep? $20, right? I remember somebody trying to invite me to one of those Amway meetings, and you had to buy, I forget what it was, but it seemed like, well, I wouldn't even use that stuff. I mean, the stuff I thought I needed, it was a little bit more expensive. At least that's how I remember it. Again, I could be wrong. Those of you that are in Amway are going, no, it's not. Well, it seemed like I was buying stuff that I really wasn't going to use, that I could just simply go to the store and buy. Like I had to buy this whole thing, and then whatever. Yeah, it's just $20. And then you're going to get whatever it is you're going to use anyway. So you purchase that, right? And you go on auto ship. Those are the things, pay $20, buy whatever it is you're going to get for yourself. And there's like a director's kit or something like that, which gives you the stuff, so you know how to use it and know what it does to you. And then you put your stuff on auto ship. As soon as you put on auto ship, you're good to go. But Matthew, I'm sure, has more information. There's other things that you can follow and where you put people and all that kind of stuff. And so it seems to me to be very easy, very easy to get. If you're going to use it anyway, and you have a couple people that you think you might be able to sell it to and to show them how it benefits you, then there's really no reason to not get in and become a distributor for $20, right? And it's just a great thing to do, right? If you're going to have your family members and a couple of your friends try it, just become a distributor and make sure that they use your link. And there you go. You got, again, a little bit of extra side money that may come your way that you'll be able to do some extra stuff, maybe buy some other product. And essentially now you're kind of getting it for free, right? And so that's one of the things I think is a great benefit from becoming a distributor, especially when you begin to start getting it for free. And then after you get it for free, now you're making money. How cool is that? About 3 to 5 drops is Matthew's answer to your question, Carmen. All right, Matthew, anything else? I thought he was going to come on camera with me here and join me, but he's doing a good job back there running things in the background. He's been working hard coming up with some graphics and some other marketing stuff. And so he's a great guy to be associated with. So I appreciate everything that Matthew has done for me. Again, just so you know, just a reminder back to you're only doing this to make money. I didn't get it. I didn't buy the CBD oil in the beginning to get in the business and become a distributor. I got it because I was sure, based on my research, based on the people I talked to, based on looking at other companies, right, that do the similar things and have some products that are similar, that this one was the best. Also, I had a relationship with somebody that I trusted, Matthew Adams. That's a huge thing, right? You want to make sure that you have a relationship with somebody that you trust, that gives you good information and doesn't tell you only the flowery things, right? They also tell you that, hey, this may not help you at all. It may not help with A, it may not help with B, but it could help with C, right? And here are some examples with other people, right? And giving you the information, leading you down a path of truths and solid information. And that was the other thing. That was the thing that really sold me on it, is that not only did the company look great and the whole thing that they did and the research that they've done and the what are some of the other things here? I want to go to their website. And so in case you're not there, no GMO. I meant to put that on there. All products and ingredients are 100% natural and nothing is genetically modified. Nothing is genetically modified. Fantastic. Made in the USA. Our products are all made in the USA, and our hemp-derived CBD is harvested from our Kentucky farms. It's organic. Our hemp-derived CBD is made with organic hemp, which is grown in Kentucky and is free of contaminants and FDA approved. Our manufacturing facility is FDA approved, and our products contain less than 3% THC. All right. And then there's all the other information that they have on here that you can look for yourself. And again, my job here today is not necessarily to get you to buy HempWorks CBD oil. All right. If you choose to, fantastic. If you choose to use my link, fantastic. If you don't, that's fantastic too. But you try it and it helps you. That is what I'm looking for. If you try CBD oil and it helps you, and I had somehow given you the right information that led you to try it, whether it's one of the other companies or not, that it helped you is what I'm looking for. That is what I want. That's solely what I want. If you decide to use one of those other things, then something that's related to me, fantastic, and I appreciate it. And I think that you'll find too that HempWorks is probably the best company that you can purchase from, because of their commitment to making sure that it's all the things that I just said. All the things that I just said are really important. And then Matthew, again, it was the guy that created the relationship. That's what sold it. The relationship with Matthew, somebody that knew the company, that's been in the company, that knows the company, right, and gives me good information. That relationship is what sold it. And it didn't stop, right? After I got in, did it stop? No. He's been even more helpful since I've gotten in, and really with great, great information. He shows up to all my shows and watches my shows, and I appreciate that. And he found me some great testimonial groups that I'm checking into as well. Oh, great. Oh, I found you some. Good. That is good. Yeah, I'm kind of giving April the same thing that Matthew did. He goes, here's some places. Look for yourself. Go in the groups and ask questions, right? You can ask questions. Hey, how long did it take? How did your son like it? Was there anything that you found that was a downside to taking? You can ask all those questions in the testimonial groups that I gave you, and I think that's a great place to go. Robert Block. formerly from Hawaii, now from Washington, I think somewhere now. A great bed bug detection dog handler. One of the best that I've ever trained. One of the best because he had a background in dogs, but also because he's a great guy. He was one of the easiest handlers to train. Robert says he puts it in his tea. How cool is that? I'm going to try that. Put a couple drops in the tea. Very good. April, I love that Matthew shows up to all your shows and provides value to us here in the chat while you are chatting with us on screen. I do too. And this time I notified him just like seconds before. Oh, by the way, Matthew, I'm going live. I don't know if you're available, but if you can come on, I always appreciate the fact that he's on. Yesterday during the Falco Canine Academy CBD oil talk that I did on there, I had nothing. It was nothing. Because I set up the talk on another computer and I brought up all the Facebook pages so I knew where they were at. And then I meant to copy the URLs to a notes that I used. And when I'm doing my shows, I put it in notes, which is on a Mac. And of course, when I got to the computer, started the show, I had failed to do that. So I had none of the links that I was going to show as examples. And Matthew was there to find them all for me and get me going. That's the kind of guy he is. And that's why I decided to go with the company. All right. Very good. Very good. We got to go grocery shopping for Vivi Ray's show. We're going to be making, I think we're going to be making cauliflower grilled cheese sandwiches. Cauliflower grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah, you're going to watch your show, Constance Cooking, on the Facebook page. And you're going to love it. It sounded good. I've not tasted it yet, but it sounds like it's going to be really good. And I can't wait. We made something not too long ago using cauliflower. And the kids thought, oh, cauliflower. And when they go, oh, my God, that is the best thing I've ever eaten. I forgot what it was, but it had a little bit of milk in it or coconut milk. I can't remember. I think it might have been coconut milk. I don't know for sure. So don't just go pouring coconut milk into your cauliflower. But also had some onions in there that were grilled onions mixed in with the cauliflower. And it was wonderful. And we had that not too long ago. Maybe it was about a month ago. But tonight we're going to have cauliflower grilled cheese sandwiches. So make sure you're enjoying that. It'll be our first time making it. All right. I'm here to serve. Yes, man. You are. And I did say man, not ma'am. Yes, man. The tea is raw and manufactured in California. It contains 180 milligrams of CBD. Oh, really? Huh. Very cool. I'm eating cauliflower right now. Look at that. Very cool. I got this recipe from a guy who does a show. His last name is Sao. Shoot, I forget his name. Matthew Sao. What the heck's his name? I'm going to put the recipe in Barn. Sorry, why I take a little side turn here. I don't remember the guy's name, but he does a show that I see on television. And he showed the recipe on the show. Anyway, when you watch Constance Cooking, you'll see the recipe there. All right, that is it. Matthew, did I miss any of the questions that we often get before I sign off? I'm trying to think what questions I get about the distribution of this stuff. I can't think of any. I think those are the main questions. I was smart enough this time. I wrote in my notes and put them on the agenda for this thing. But just go to our HempWorks page, which is right here. The comment Matthew I've seen has put it in there a few times. I have a Facebook page that I'm slowly starting to build. It's called Today's CBD Oil. CBD Oil. I tend to put the CBD together. CBD. So Today's CBD Oil. Just type that in the Facebook search bar, and you'll find our Facebook page. Just go ahead and like it and share it to people. We're going to start putting more and more information in there as we go forward. And I don't see anything coming from Matthew. So I think we've answered most of the questions, and there's going to be more stuff that comes up. But I think the one that really kind of got me going was when a friend of mine came to me and said, I don't like what you're doing with that marijuana. And I had to laugh. I internally laughed, and I didn't really say much about it. I said, "Don't worry about it. I'll make sure that you're not associated with it." But it was just kind of funny. I think he thinks I've gotten into the marijuana distributor business, but I have not. I'm taking CBD oil, and it's fantastic. All right, that is it. We've had a lot of people watching. Andy's link is thanks. All right. Thank you, Matthew. Again, as everything, April and Carmen and Ma and everybody else who joined me, Robert, Vic, especially for your kind words. I really appreciate that. And anybody else that I forgot. Sanchez, Aaron, thank you. I don't think I missed anybody that at least commented. I know there are other people watching because I could see your comments and your pictures, your fantastic pictures. And yes, the hippies disappointment, not the junkies disappointment, the hippies disappointment. All right, that is it. My mom's cousin is using HempWorks and selling it too. However, if I decide to buy, I'm buying from Andy. Nice. Thank you. Thank you, April. I appreciate it. All right, that is it. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.